Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review of these Everlast Elite Muay Thai gloves. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so today we have these Everlast Elite Muay Thai gloves we'll be doing a close-up weigh-in and review on. And just like their boxing training gloves, these use a synthetic outside material, so a synthetic leather that you can see the stitching on there. The material has kind of a nice grain to it, kind of replicates the look of leather, but it has a little bit more of a tackier feel to it. You have that vertical Everlast logo as well as the logo right here on the back. The big difference between this and their boxing training gloves is going to be the Velcro closure. So this one uses a 3.5-inch full wraparound Velcro strap, where the boxing version, or should I say the boxing training gloves, just has this little Velcro strap that kind of goes over like a little tab. I actually prefer these more. And then the other difference is going to be the palm uses a mesh palm on the Muay Thai version right here compared to their boxing training gloves, which is all one solid piece of this faux leather material. So instead of having this mesh palm here, it's just all one piece without the mesh. So that's the two main differences, the Velcro closure and this mesh palm. I actually like these gloves the best. These are probably my favorite Everlast gloves to train with. I'll tell you guys why here in a minute during the review, but just to kind of give you guys the rest of a close-up, you do have an attached thumb there. Again, the mesh palm, the elastic piece. You have that Evercool, Everdry material. You can see the glove is made in China. The piping, some of the red stitching gives it a little bit of a nicer high-end look to it to offset the black. Greatness is within that medium-sized grip bar. And then again, like the other Elite gloves, you have that stitching that kind of goes around the exterior of the glove. Some people are fans of that. Some people aren't. I'm not really a fan of it when it goes over the knuckle area, just because of the wear and tear it gets. But you can see here just the overall shape of the glove. Now, this is a 14-ounce glove. We'll go ahead and put it on the scale. See how much these weigh if they're true to weight. Start off with the right glove. And the right glove is 13.4 ounces. And the left glove is right at 13.4. So they're about a ½ ounce off their advertised weight, but they're the same weight as each other. So that's really good to see. Let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here. And today I'm excited to bring you guys a review of these Everlast Elite Muay Thai gloves. It comes in this one color scheme with a black and kind of a burgundy color, as well as some red stitching and the yellow Everlast logo on the back here. Got mine in 14 ounces. This is a Velcro closure only glove that comes with the full wraparound 3.5-inch Velcro closure. And you can also get it anywhere between 10 to 14 ounces. So you have 10, 12, and 14 ounce sizes to choose from. Now, right off the bat, before I go ahead and say anything else, these are actually my favorite Everlast gloves for a couple of reasons. The main thing is going to be the performance of the glove, how comfortable they are. And to be honest with you, these gloves, although they're advertised as a Muay Thai glove, I didn't really see any features on here that would really, I guess, separate it from the regular boxing training Elite gloves, other than the two main differences, which would be the mesh palm that they use here, as well as the Velcro closure. But outside of that, the traditional features you see on a Muay Thai style glove, like a Fairtex, Twins, Boone, you name it, you don't really find it on these gloves. So I was a little bit confused on what they added or took away. Maybe the only thing I can see that what they Everlast decided to do is they went with this Velcro strap and they didn't use the EverShield technology that they use on their training gloves, where if you look at their training gloves, it basically is all one piece that goes down here. It doesn't have the Velcro on the back of the glove. It doesn't have this full strap on their standard training glove. So the premise behind that is that the whole EverShield technology brings the foam all the way down. You don't have a hinge point like you do here. So that's probably the only thing I could really see that they did, is they added a little bit of a hinge point, because in Muay Thai you use clinching and you need a little bit more flexibility to parry shots and strikes with knees, elbows, punches, kicks that are coming in. So the only thing I really see that they did that has, I guess, a Muay Thai aspect to it with these gloves is that the fact that they added Just a little hinge right here with the full wraparound strap, and maybe the cuff is a little bit shorter than the boxing training version. But when you look at the palm side, they didn't really introduce any kind of padding system on the palm side, especially here on the outside part of the hand, where a lot of times you see Twins and Fairtex or even Yacal, they'll integrate a lot of padding, and even Venom does it to where they integrate padding along the wrist, but up around the palm area, especially, and it kind of comes over the piping. And that right there is to give you more of cushioning to absorb those blows. So if they do throw strikes at you, or elbows or knees, which are a lot harder than knuckles, you can absorb that with the palm when you parry the shot. And you don't really see that here. All they did was add kind of this mesh palm, and that's really it. So I guess if you're looking at it from a Muay Thai standpoint, I'm not really too sure outside of this Velcro strap what they really integrated into this. The padding system, the multi-layer padding system is the same as their boxing training version, and the exterior material pretty much is the same as well. But that being said, again, these are my favorite gloves. So let me get more into that here in a second. Now, design-wise, you can see that the glove has a medium stature to it. Not huge, they're not small. I think they're actually the perfect size. It uses this synthetic leather material on the exterior. It kind of reminds me of the same material that Onyx uses, like the Onyx X Factor gloves, where it has a thicker feel to it. It has kind of a grainy texture. And you can see that Everlast uses the stitching that kind of comes up and over around the fingertips and kind of comes back. It does say Everlast vertically printed, as well as the logo on here. You can actually see the stitching kind of keeping the padding on the inside. Again, you do have this full wraparound Velcro strap, which I like a lot. It has the Elite with the 3 stars Ever Shield. And I actually prefer this over the traditional boxing version because I feel like you get a little bit more support. In my opinion, I feel like you get more of a locked in feel rather than just that little Velcro tab that kind of comes over that you see on the boxing version. I like the fact that you have this full wraparound Velcro strap that goes all the way around the radius of the glove. You do have, I'd say, about a 1/4 inch of, feels like EVA style padding that comes up to right where the mesh ends right there on both sides. And then on the back of the glove, again, you do have about a 1/4 inch of the same kind of padding on the back to lock your wrist in. Again, the main thing with this is it does have a hinge point to it for those of you that are in Muay Thai that need to clinch. And then the ever dry material on the inside that really does a good job of keeping your hands dry. One drawback I did find with this, although it does keep your hands pretty dry, your hands get really hot on the inside. So I'm not too sure what the purpose of this mesh material is, because when you look on the inside of the glove, that same material goes all the way throughout. Maybe there's a little bit more breathability that the air can penetrate through this mesh with this ever dry material, but I feel like these gloves get really hot, just like their boxing training versions. But you can see right there, again, gloves are made in China. Black piping right here. You do have that elastic piece that kind of keeps everything together. You do have a grip bar right here and a attached thumb right there. Quality wise, these gloves are pretty good. You know, I feel like these gloves, when you're looking at it from an Everlast standpoint, are definitely some of their better gloves. Although the stitching again has some to be desired there. You can see some of the stitching coming off on the back right here. The only issue I see with that is this is not even in an area that you're gonna get any impact. So the fact that you have a little bit of fraying there could have been done better. But the areas where you see like the index finger where it meets the thumb, the attached thumb actually looks really good. And this material actually holds up pretty well. All things considered, being a synthetic glove, they've held up pretty nicely. The grip bar looks good, symmetrical. This material right here, not a lot of people are a fan of mesh, so I'm kind of interested to see how long those hold up. The stitching on the edges looks really good where the seams are at. On the back looks pretty symmetrical between both gloves. I do like the type of Velcro they use. It feels more durable. The stitching for the actual Velcro was nicely in place right there. Grips really nicely. I like the fact that they actually use the Velcro all the way around. One thing that you have to keep in mind too is that because the Velcro grows around this part of the glove, you're gonna get a little bit of chafing on this material. Thankfully, it's not genuine leather, otherwise it'll really dry out. Because what happens is when you close the Velcro strap, this Velcro, which is really scratchy, rubs against this material when you close it. So you see that on some Grant gloves where the Velcro actually touches the leather, and it starts to wear off the leather. So these being synthetic, they should probably last a little bit better in terms of not wearing out because it's not actual leather. But I do, again, like the Velcro strap that goes all the way around. You do have the 14-ounce tag right there. The material on the inside looks pretty good. Piping probably could have been cut a little bit cleaner. You can see some of the piping material is a little excess coming off there. And then the Velcro strap actually looks really good. The double stitching is all nice and straight. Doesn't look crooked. So it looks pretty good. Balance of the gloves, definitely more of a top-heavy glove, which is kind of common with a Muay Thai style glove just because it's a lot more front-loaded with padding towards the front. And you do have that hinge point. So obviously the main premise of that is when you have your hand in here, you know, if you need to wrap your hand around someone, around their neck, then you have that flexibility to do so. The other point of that is also when you're parrying shots, or you're blocking kicks or elbows or whatever it is that you're blocking, you do have some flexibility with that. But again, I'm not too sure why they didn't add more elements that you would find in a traditional glove where you have some padding along the palm. So that's an opportunity I feel that Everlast missed with that. I'm not sure what their thinking on that was, but again, something I just expected to see from a glove that's advertised as a Muay Thai style glove. Now, the comfort of this glove and the performance, which I'll get to here in a second, is the best features of this glove. When I put my hand in here, they feel extremely comfortable. Probably some of the most comfortable, if not the most comfortable Everlast glove I've tried. I've tried them all. Protex, the MX, the Elite. I pretty much have tried everything in terms of Everlast gloves. The Power Locks, I've tried those. These by far are the most comfortable. I feel that I have medium-sized hands. Being 14 ounce, the glove isn't too snug. It doesn't feel like my hand is restricted. It doesn't feel too large either. There's some gloves where there's way too much room on the inside. Even with hand wraps on, you feel like your hand just has areas where it's a little bit of a void and you really need to fill that in. These feel really good. I feel like the finger compartment's nice and deep. The thumb is excellent placement, nice and parallel, doesn't jam, doesn't feel awkward. Piping is good and not too tight. It doesn't restrict or make your thumb go numb. And the glove actually comes in medium broken in, not super broken in, and it's not super stiff. So it'll take a little bit of time breaking these in, but nothing that I would be too concerned about. The only, I would say, the thing that gets kind of worrisome is just how hot it gets on the inside of the glove. And then the Velcro strap. I really like this Velcro strap. I'm more of a fan of these full wraparound types. I personally feel like they do a better job of supporting the wrist, even giving yourself a little bit of flexibility. You don't have the Evershield that goes all the way down like the traditional boxing version of these gloves do, but to me, that didn't really bother me. I didn't feel that there was anything support-wise that was detrimental to my hand or the wrist support. So I really do like the feel of this glove as well. And the fact that the cuff is a little bit shorter than the boxing version. I like that a little bit more with this glove. Now, the protection and performance is excellent with this glove as well. And the multi-layer foam they use in this glove is definitely more on the firm side. But you get excellent power transmission with these gloves. When I'm hitting the bag with these, man, I feel like I can really land some hard shots, land on the knuckles with these, and you get a nice pop with them. And I feel like out of all the gloves that Everlast offers, I feel like these gloves, or at least the Elite line, does that the best in terms of a balance of feedback and protection. You get a little bit of the best of both worlds with this glove. And because of how comfortable it is, I really didn't want to take these gloves off. I was able to train 12 rounds with these on the heavy bag. And the only thing that really bothered me was how hot my hands got. But outside of that, they feel really comfortable. I didn't develop any discomfort in my hands, my knuckles. I didn't feel any pinch points. And these really lasted a long time when I was using them, which I was really surprised with. I was just surprised in general that these turned out to be some of my more favorite Everlast gloves, seeing that I initially thought they would just be more of like a Muay Thai glove, probably too stiff. So I was actually pleasantly surprised on how well these perform and how comfortable they felt. Now, cost-wise, these gloves are $129. They're $10 cheaper than their boxing training counterparts. Obviously, the differences I already showed you with the strap and the mesh palm. So they're $10 cheaper. I know Everlast does promotions throughout the year, sales on holidays, Cinco de Mayo. I know they do an MX sale there, but keep your eyes open. You can usually score a pretty good deal for these gloves and get them on sale. If you can get them for under $100, these are definitely a great glove. If you're an Everlast fan and you really are a fan of their Elite gloves, maybe you already have them, I think you'll like these even more, in my opinion. Now, this is my humble opinion on that, but these are definitely currently my favorite Everlast glove. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these elite Muay Thai gloves. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.